Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of Advanced Dungeons and Intermediate Dragons. I am your guidance counselor. I am your guidance counselor. I am your science teacher. I am your math teacher. I am whatever you decide you're going to study today. I'm going to teach you it. I am
Well, hold on. We have
I was going to say
technical difficulties here.
I have this stream. I am a disembodied voice telling you what to do. You're now the main character of your own superhero show, Fight Crime.
That's
Every day I wake up. Something's in the way.
There we
sorry, guys. Give me a moment. It's not doing it properly.
We've got the dash. We've got Eli's dashboard.
Oh. Well, you know, while we're doing this, how is everybody? How's everybody's day been?
I slept for most of my day. Because I was working like all day yesterday, and I was like, I'm just gonna lie in today.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, couldn't be me. Got no sleep. Had to work all day. It was great.
I'll tell you what I did do. So I was like lonely at Christmas time because we always are. So I got Tinder Gold, and I've been using Tinder Gold to set my location to Nagano, Japan, to practice my Japanese.
Incredible.
Okay, productive.
So I've been doing that
Tinder
today.
Gold is honestly, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
100% is.
Like, just pay the money and get Tinder Gold, because I don't use it right now. But when I was like using Tinder all the time, that's all I would do, because I never had to swipe on anyone. I just looked through my matches and I was like,
you went through the people who already liked you. Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
I was like, I don't have to scroll through all of like the worst of where I am right now.
Yep, especially in a place as populated as New York.
New York.
There's
go
no
through.
single guys in Manhattan.
I know someone who's new in town.
We are good.
Really?
We are good.
We're here.
What are 3 other interesting facts about him?
Fuck, marry, kill. New York, and Yonkers.
That's not difficult.
I would kill Yonkers 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
When New Yorkers, you fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us.
He's just a kid,
Anywhere.
no older than my son.
Look at the baby.
It's a chubby.
He's being
He's
a
just a
brat.
baby.
Mother of God,
He's
it's
the
my lord.
longest. He's the
My
longest.
lord.
He's my lord.
He's so
Approaching.
friendshipped.
He's very well behaved. He's not like.
He knows. He's like, oh, this is mom. She does this. If anyone else were to do this, Chris tried to pick him up once, and he ruined one of Chris's shirts.
Amazing.
And like, Chris was like bleeding like profusely because he tried to pick him up and do something like this with him. And
That's
he was
hot.
like, yeah, he was like, are you kidding? I was like, yeah, I just pick him up and do whatever I want. Yeah.
And that's why you never mess with a tabaxi. But
He's used to your bullshit.
This
Yeah.
one has wares if you have coin.
and on that Romani stereotype. Yes, welcome back. Now that you can actually see us, welcome back to Advanced Dungeons and Intermediate Dragons. I am Muxlow. I am the DM for this lovely D&D game that we have running. We have Eli, who from me is over here.
Konichi Wagwan. No, if you point the thumb the other way, that's where I am.
Okay, I'm gonna have to I can see the stream, so I'm gonna try and do this. So we have Eli,
Konichi Wagwan, motherfuckers.
we have Cass,
Up there.
we have Alaska,
Hello, featuring Malort.
featuring the Lord, and we have Kat. So everybody, I'm pretty sure, knows what this is at this point. Unfortunately, today we do not have our lovely player who plays Kronk, Chris.
He
Distractions
pulled the
are.
wrong lever.
He pulled the wrong lever, and he was, he was given birth to, and now he has to celebrate
How
it
dare
every year. Apparently,
What a loser.
You know, I was the first one of like any of her Like, none of her kids had wished her a happy Mother's Day. I was the first one to wish Chris's mom a happy Mother's Day. And I texted her at like 4 p.m. So...
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
That's mental, considering Chris's mum is the most entertaining person on his channel.
Yeah.
Facts. Hard
I know.
facts.
I love Karen.
I love Chris, but Karen is top tier.
Next
Top.
level.
Yeah, honestly.
Well,
This isn't a comment on the usual quality being bad. This is above.
It's like Chris is here, Alaska and Karen and Katie are all up here because, like, we all know that Alaska is the funniest person on Chris's channel.
The artist,
Yay!
the artist formerly known as that Lich Queen fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, I hope you're watching and you're hearing everybody say that you're the least entertaining person on the channel that you
I wonder
own,
if he-
run, and host.
Yeah, I wonder if he is watching.
I hope so.
Chris, if you're watching, why? You should be celebrating Mother's Day with your family. Why are you watching
Or
a
you should
D&D?
be here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
exactly.
you'd like to say to the missing Chris? Please come home.
We miss you.
So today, because Chris isn't here, we're not going to be doing too much story-wise, which means it's going to be a lovely, lovely shopping episode.
Yo. Can it
Which I
double as
can-
a beach episode too?
You know what? If you can somehow find a beach in the middle of a lake with a valley, sure.
Yeah, you get lake beaches.
Lake beaches.
That exists.
Leeches.
Absolutely.
I thought this was coastal. I thought we were at a coastal area.
No, it's
I
a lake.
honestly, that's a lake. I thought it was an ocean also, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah,
an
same. I
ocean.
thought we were on like a
like a
wow
like a fjord.
A
progressive
fjord.
disclosure of the world we're in.
A fjord.
A fjord.
A fjord.
A fjord focus.
Do you know what? A fjord probably would be like the closest thing that you could.
Fjorda, lady.
A fjord.
A fjord.
Like a fjord would probably be the closest thing that you could like akin the location of Agolane to. So yeah, sure, it's in a fjord.
Well, is there a beach?
Is there a Mrs. Fjord?
There's less of a, it's less of a.
Mr. Mrs.
They
Fjord?
don't get distracted very much, so it's more of a fjord focus.
Shut
Good
up.
God.
Slaps the entire city of Agolene. Do you know
Yeah.
how many people we can fit in this damn fjord focus?
It is, well, technically yes. Agolane is the focus of the fjord, so Agolane is the fjord
It's
focus.
the fjord focus.
Oh.
Amazing. Incredible. I love it.
God.
Disgusting.
We might go on a fjord escapade.
Jesus.
God damn. You know what? It's fitting that the time that we start making puns, Chris isn't here.
I know.
We're fjord built tough.
Jesus.
I don't even know if that one made sense. Because...
Listen,
Ford
Ford.
built tough?
Yeah.
That's
Ford.
the tagline. Ford built tough.
Is
not
it?
not over here.
Not over here.
Oh,
yeah.
We have a different tagline for Ford.
What is
Oh,
it there?
what is it? Ford. I'm
Ford.
gay. Like you.
It's Ford. Ford. It'll do. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Over here is
it-
we have Ford built
it's-
tough.
Ford. This is legitimately it. It's Ford. Configure the vehicle that's right for you.
No.
I thought it was something else.
No, literally, I kid you not.
Over here they got
It's
get a
go for-
free horse and a beer with your Ford.
It's
Tell
tough.
Fields to drive a new Ford F-150.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to
no, it's
fuck
feel
your
the difference.
truck,
It's feel
Feel
the
the-
difference. That's
Feel
what
the
it is.
difference. Feel the difference. Ford. Feel the difference.
oh my god.
I thought we had something like that for like Nissan.
Nissan?
Yeah.
Nissan?
I hate it
You
here.
mean Nissan?
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 Nissan is a fucking harem trope, mind you.
Nissan. It's called a Nissan.
Is it fuck? A Nissan is how a Japanese schoolgirl refers to her sexy older brother. I don't know what to... It's...
Somebody clip that, please.
No.
That is going on TikTok.
No.
That is going on
No.
TikTok.
Anyway,
it.
welcome to Advanced Dungeons and Intermediate Dragons. I know it's a bit of a party, but listen, we can't get too much into it. We don't want to turn it into a fjord fiesta. So,
Damn it, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Okay,
Wait,
Nissan.
you mean to tell me this entire Ford is trans?
Nissan. What do you say?
That's a car.
It's a car, a Nissan. What do you
No, it's
say?
a
Nissan.
Nissan. It's a
we say
Nissan.
Nissan.
Nissan?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You're over there trying to say croissant. That's what that
'cause it
sounds
is.
like to me.
It's a croissant.
Oh, shut croissant. Just say croissant. Don't try too hard.
It's a croissant.
Not.
I'm looking up the Japanese pronunciation right now.
Can we just like have an entire stream where we just go back and forth about different things that mean different things?
Okay, the car brand that starts with an HYU. How do you say it?
Hyundai.
It's a Hyundai.
Hyundai.
I have
Hyundai.
one. A Hyundai.
That's a Hyundai.
We say Hyundai over here.
Yeah, it's a
Hyundai is the glorious 12. I don't know what to say.
I literally feel like you guys are all like, oh yeah, I drive a Hyundai. Like you, like why do you?
It's Japanese. It's Japanese. It's how the Japanese
I
say
know
it.
that, but like,
America.
I don't know.
Is this
America.
like recompense for Pearl Harbor or something? Like, what the fuck? Is that why you keep
Yeah.
butchering these names?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive
Probably.
a Subaru. Not
A
Subaru. Hyundai.
Yeah, I got my Hyundai. I got a Hyundai accent.
It's like fucking 4Kids voice actors trying to dub anime.
We're half an
is
hour into the
tragic.
planned stream time.
We are, by the way. I kind of don't care. It's like,
Right.
This is important.
Anyway, we will shelve this for now and actually get going.
Oh my god.
Or we can leave this for table talk. This will do for table talk on Tuesday.
Fair enough.
We can
We,
go
we,
back.
we will do this on Tuesday. This will resume on Tuesday. It isn't over.
It's not over. I have things to say.
So yes,
incorrectly, but
this is going to be a bit of a shopping episode. Mainly for you guys to get prepared for the quest that you have been given by Professor Udice. At this point, if you guys want to mess about a bit for this session, do a little bit of role play. I don't have anything super planned for this session because
Okay.
Chris isn't here, so this is a bit of a freeform session. So you know what? Fuck about with it. Have fun.
No.
Implying I wasn't allowing you to have fun in all
Yeah.
previous
No,
sessions.
no
Correct.
pun allowed.
Finally, we'll actually be able to have fun today.
There's no script for this one. This is an improv session.
Alaska, you in the last session, you literally got to flirt with a bartender to get him to give you free drinks all night. What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah, Dale.
It's a self-insert.
Everybody
Dale.
loves Dale.
Dale, son of Dale.
Deal.
Dale.
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 Okay.
So,
yeah. Should we do like? How are we gonna do this? I don't know.
so I'm gonna. Well, yeah, you don't know. I'm the fucking DM.
I was just like, shall we? And then I was like, I don't have a fucking clue, to be honest. Mux?
Well, where the session ended last time was that you guys were in Avadar True Arms. Yeah. Okay, now we have... Hello, Eli.
Sorry,
Hello?
And that's why I hate Eli anyway. So,
What? Cause I'm hot? You hate my hotness?
What was it? The more
Hotter David
attractive David Tennant?
The more attractive David Tennant.
but no, last time where we left off, you guys were all in Avadar True Arms' office. After you had been asked, listen, you guys were the only ones that Udice had really trusted with this kind of information. Because you guys had faced his weird mimic abominations before, that you guys had been given the task of going to a town a little bit outside, sorry, a little bit like to the north, to try and figure out and hopefully get back and stop a contraption that could blend together two different species that could possibly create some sort of like ancient eldritch horrors, if not given proper rank and reign. As you guys had accepted this, you were told there was going to be a little bit of a like school grant, like a little bit of a budget for you guys to be given to go prepare yourselves, do whatever you need to do. And you had 2 days. You had 2 days to go out, prepare, get whatever you need to do, and then be on your way. Is the preparation time frame they've given you. As you've been told this, and as you've accepted this and been, yeah, sure, we'll take this on. That could be fun. You each are given a gold pouch with 1,000 gold pieces each. This is a preparation amount. Whatever you this is to do you from now until you complete your quest. This will do your accommodation, your travel. If you want to spend gold in town to buy things, this is like your personal budget for this adventure. As this money is given out to you all, Avadar Truearm says, I'm very thankful for all that you've done. I would love to offer my help, however, being principal of the school, I'm sure you understand, I'm very busy. As such, I will be only able to offer help in this manner. Wherever you wish to go within the city of Agalane, I will be able to teleport you there from here, this location, meaning you don't have to find your way through the school and into the town. I can drop you wherever you wish to go. If there's a specific location, I can take you there, or I can simply drop you into the middle of one of the different wards to begin your shopping adventure.
Who sells you your gear, your weapons? Do you have a blacksmith on retainer?
I don't have a blacksmith on retainer per se. I have a personally skilled individual who only works for me and me alone. Mainly
Naturally.
because we adventured together many years ago, and she has a bit of a temperament, to say the least.
Well, is there a
Right.
Is there one you
Arms
can recommend?
person you'd recommend, yeah.
Magical arms.
If you're looking for magical armaments, there are a few. There is a blacksmithery in the town towards the castle wards. It's called Deepstone's Armory. It's run by a lovely little satyr. He's, as far as I know, a trustworthy fellow. Many of the students have good things to say about him, and I believe that he would be able to adequately prepare your party.
Well, if there's no complaints, I think that's as good a place to start to as any. After all, you know what they say. Preparation is the mother of success.
I'm sure they do say that, but I've always been more of an impulse kind of person. You know, why prepare whenever you can just blow it up? I probably
Understandable.
shouldn't be passing on that message, given I'm technically an educator now. Yes, indeed, preparation is the mother of success. That is what I always say, and I've never said anything else. Anyhow,
Right.
yes, wherever any of you would like to go, I will be able to get you there. At this point, Kronk kind of like perks up a little bit and walks forward and like whispers into Truearm's ear, and Truearm looks over at him and kind of raises one eyebrow and goes, "Without the rest of your party?" Okay. And True Arm clicks his fingers, and you watch his Kronk and is gone.
He's gone to the Fight Club, isn't he?
I'm glad that you are well versed with your companions enough to know where they choose to go. He did indeed ask to go to Zwan's Gauntlet to sign himself up for some
Attaboy.
sort of competition.
Knowing your allies'
That
next
checks
moves makes
out.
them more predictable. Makes them easier to track.
Indeed. I say the same about my enemies. And my dogs.
Very hard to track him. He's kind of large.
You need
7-Eleven.
He's a hefty individual. Anyhow, yes. For the rest of you, to Deepstone's Armory, or is there anywhere else you would like to go? I can drop you simply in front of the train station if you wish to be in the epicenter of the stores, and you can head out from there on your own. It's entirely up to yourselves.
I do think an armory is a good place to start. I mean,
Yeah, we can start there.
I have no problem with that.
I think Stacy's seen better days. He's just gonna twirl the trident, which clearly has seen better days.
Stacy?
Yeah.
Does
By
her
any
mom
chance-
have it going on?
Her mother's actually my father's trident. That's
So she's got it. All right. Okay.
Stacy's mom is my dad's main weapon.
Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the fork for me.
Oh my god.
she's all I want, and she's got 3 prongs.
Oh.
We all have theater degree. This is a mess.
This is where it gets you, kids. This is where it gets you.
I'm a thespian.
What?
Oh, I thought you
Throw
were
up
a
in my
lesbian.
mouth that we all
Same
did that.
thing. The jazz hands? Yep.
You're a thespian? I thought you were bi.
Honestly,
Thespian, darling.
Yeah, I'm a thespian.
thespian.
And no, you can't watch.
Then you've got no job.
No
Yeah,
money.
the
No
show's
bitches.
the show's so bad. Please don't see it.
Anyway,
Oh my god, we've broken character like 3 times in like one scene. Oh my god.
like I said, this isn't a serious session. This is a little shopping. This is a filler arc. This is a filler session.
So silly goofy
Miller.
session.
I hardly know her.
Hey!
God damn it, Alaska.
Our influence spreads.
Hey yo,
To the armory.
to the armory.
Way.
With that, Avatar True Arm looks at you all and goes, "This is going to be an interesting adventure," and clicks his fingers, and you all are like similar to what had happened before. You simply blink, and with no like feeling of disappearing, you're now stood in the middle of a not small but slightly. I'm trying to think of the way to describe it other than it's a slightly thin cobbled road. There's stores on either side rather than having like a main walkway. And the store right in front of you with a single hanging sign. It looks kind of old fashioned compared to some of the other stores that would have been set up in and around the town and the city that you guys had seen so far. In a single hanging sign, it just says Deepstone Armory. You can hear from inside the heavy hitting of metal against metal, and pouring out from the top of the store is this pillar of purple and green smoke that is continuously funneling out of the top.
If no one has any complaints, Kyler's just going to do the classic ting ting and like with the trident and then just kind of swan up the road towards the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not kicking it open, but you know the way people open doors when like they don't have any regard for what's on the other side of it? Just kind of a doof, like that.
Yeah.
That's it. Not quite a kick, but like a hello.
As you do that, you kind of swing the door open, and it does slam against the entrance. The wall that is beside the entrance. And you watch as on a shelf that's not too far from the door, a couple of the weapons kind of roll off the shelves, but before they hit the ground, they stop and they float back up and put themselves back in place. At which point you turn and you see two individuals. One is a shorter, very thin build, deep purple tiefling who has a book in one hand and a finger pointed at the falling weapons, and you can see that she is casting a spell to return the weapons back to the racks. On the other side of the door, on the other side of the counter beside this tiefling is a kind of gaunt looking half elf with a shock of like ginger curly hair. These huge like bespectacled glasses and teeth that slightly come out in like an overbite. And they look at you as you enter and go, "There's no need to make such a racket, man. You can just come into the store."
And Kyle's gonna go look and be like, "Oh, he's I'm sorry. I guess I don't know my own strength."
That's cool. Most of the people who come here don't. That's why they come here, to get new weapons to test their strength, you know?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Could you tell me where the arms master might be? I feel like we've got to make some introductions.
Arms master?
The
we all have two arms who work here. There's nobody.
Sorry. The head honcho, the top.
Oh,
the
boss
top
man.
dog, the boss man. The boss man.
Yeah, Leah is. Leah's in the. You can see he's having a bit of a brain blank, and at this point, the tiefling speaks up and goes, "She's in the armory." Yeah, the armory. In the armory, making more things that you were about to knock off the shelves. Yeah.
Would we be able to go through, or could you fetch her for us?
I can go get her. If I send you in there, I would get in real trouble. So
I don't want you getting in trouble, bro.
I don't want to get in trouble, bro. It's not a vibe.
It's not fun, is it? Could you do that for us? I'd be super obliged, my man.
At this
Totally,
point, I turn to like Geraldine and go, "I think Kyler's found his other brain cell."
Absolutely, my brother. One love. And he turns around and he goes into the armory.
One ocean.
One ocean.
One ocean.
Kyler's found the third Mandem.
Mandem.
At which point the red-haired half elf goes into the back room where you can, as the door opens, you feel like this wave of heat come from the back room, and the sound of metal against metal gets louder. The tiefling folds her book and puts it on the table and goes, Don't mind him. He's
a little spacey.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it. I would simply put it as he is all that he seems to be.
Don't worry, as you can see, we've got one of those too.
Yeah, but he's not with us at the moment. Kronk's currently doing something else.
There's not much content behind the cover, to put it in book terms.
I understand. The pictures don't match the words.
Yes. And she kind of like widens her eyes at the three of you who aren't Kyler, and goes,
shaking our heads and just like,
don't worry about it.
Let it go.
Anyway,
Just let it go.
we're looking for, as you can probably imagine, magical armaments. Any type of magical swords, something that could be a little more sturdy than this studded leather armor, or adds a little bit more Don't know what the rest of them are in for, but that's what the kind of things
Well-
I need.
I am worried. Have you ever served any of the deep folk before?
Well, that depends. We've served water genasi, tritons. We've served wanties.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so this
I-
is a pretty liquid place. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Molten metal is technically a liquid, so I suppose.
It
Yes.
definitely is. Have you heard of the underwater forge? It might interest you as a blacksmith.
I am not a blacksmith. I'm an enchantress, but I appreciate the information.
I mean, it's pretty interesting
definitely
anyway.
the person I want to speak to there.
It's pretty interesting anyway. I mean, fire that burns underwater, is that not really cool?
I mean, there's underwater geysers that create incredible amounts of heat that could possibly melt liquid and metal alike. So, to be perfectly honest, unless it's an actual fire underwater, then it seems logical. She is a very straightforward. She's like she doesn't seem to be awed or eased by many things. No, I'm afraid I'm not a blacksmith. I do work here, but I mainly write the enchantments onto the weapons themselves for those who desire magical enchantments, magical armor, things of the like. I am focused on that mainly.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know what the two ladies are wanting. What are you guys in the mood for?
I was looking for instruments or other armor.
In instruments, I'm not too sure we would have here. I know Leah has in the past made magical flutes and brasswork and things like that. But they're more of a on request item than something that would take her fancy. You see, what she tends to do is she will make things that catch her in the moment. She will be filled with a vigor of innovation and intrigue, and she will make something to fill that need, that feeling. And then we will put it out on the shelves to be sold. It does mean that we're slightly more expensive than other blacksmiths, but we can assure you that our goods are quite worth the money.
Well, you do come highly recommended, my lady. Avidar True Arms himself sent us this down this way. So, I mean, I don't like to name drop or anything, but between him and we do run in some pretty tight circles.
I'm afraid I don't know the second individual that you spoke of. But if Avidar himself sent you, then I'm sure that you will be accustomed to such works as ours. Here they come now. And coming back through the door to the armory are the shock of red hair elf and a satyr with a shaved side of the head, and her hair is coming over. It is this deep purple. It kind of falls into this fringe that comes over one eye almost, which does not look very good, but it more so it seems that she's been hard at work. You can tell that there's a sweat that is kind of dripping off of her, and on the two hooves beneath the two hooves where her feet would be, you can actually hear these deep kind of clunks as she sits up onto the counter and she removes what look like specialized almost like horseshoes, but they have a mallet on the end. So rather than hammering with her arms, she seems to have some sort of contraption where she can actually stamp on the metal to flatten it out.
That's so fucking cool.
To use the goat-like structure of her legs to flatten it.
Okay.
That's so fucking cool. I don't give a fuck. That's so fucking cool.
As she sits up on the counter and takes them off, she pushes her hair back and kind of using the sweat that she takes off, she slicks it back and she looks at y'all and she goes, Well, what are you here for then?
She's Welsh.
Are you here for something pre-made, or are you looking for something that's more of a custom build?
Depends what you have in stock, really. I'm looking for magically enchanted sword, anything that has lightning magic properties, and either a way of improving this armor or armor that's better than this but still quite mobile.
Okay. What about just the rest of you then as well?
Well, it's first of all, it's an honor to meet you. I haven't really had much experience with the goat folk, so I really am honored to make a new acquaintance. I don't know if my appearance or demeanor or aura has given it away, but I am a paladin of the deep, and truly there is only one weapon that a champion of Murder can carry, and that is a trident. So I was thinking maybe I asked your glamorous enchantress here if you had worked with the deep folk before. So I was kind of hoping you might have a trident in store, and if not, maybe spruce some of this up with some fancy enchantments. I don't know.
I think I can do that. What about you two lovely ladies?
Unaccustomed with having extra money to procure new things. So I am not sure really what I'm looking for yet.
And that's okay. Feel free to look around. We have a lot of stock that you can take note of. And if nothing catches your eye, then I can make something for you.
Probably some new armor, if anything, would be good.
Yeah,
This
new
is quite
armor,
worn.
maybe instruments or weapons of that sort for both of us.
I can certainly think of a few things. Now it looks like three of you are looking for armor. Then, what I'll ask is, what is your preference in armor? Are you light armored, medium? Do you prefer the heavy plate of iron and steel to encompass your mortal form?
I'm
Like
interested in light.
Light armor, no problem. Are you? I'll simplify it for you. Are you spellcasters or do you get into the fight?
Spell.
Spellcaster.
Both.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll err on the side of caution for you then and go medium, and you're both as well. Okay. Let me see. And you can see she kind of goes behind the desk and brings out this large book that she slams on the desk and she folds it over. This is our current catalogue of things that we have available. Let me see. Well, if you're looking for... do you have any preference on how things look, or are you okay if they just are
like
maybe
things that are pretty.
things that are pretty? Okay.
Little
why we're-
glitz and glamour. You know? You can't fight good if you don't look good.
Can't fight good?
like fight well or fight good things.
Yes.
If possible, something that could be glamored to look like this would be useful.
Yeah, he's got a look.
Okay. If you're looking for something a bit more similar to that, unfortunately, I do mainly work in metals, as it's blacksmithery. There are a few tailor shops that would do leatherworking and do reinforced leather and things like that. But for you, my dear, and she points at Loeth, we happen to have something that you could say is pretty. She goes back into the armory for a second, and you can hear this kind of clanking and like the movement of wood scraping against stone as she seems to be moving different boxes to get to wherever it is she is. And she brings out what looks like this long, flowing, like it's like a doublet, kind of duster coat with a hood. On the lapels, it's this fine golden shimmering material, as well as the buttons and the stripes that go across the center. It looks a bit like a pirate captain's coat. This is a outfit of Pride Silk. Pride Silk is a rather new invention made by one of the students up at True Arms. It's very light, very strong, and it's very good for magic casters and those who desire to look pretty but not sacrifice their safety.
And how much is that?
That's going to be 249 gold pieces.
How many do you have in stock?
Unfortunately, I only have this one, but the tail is up the road. It's owned by a lovely big Loxodon fellow. It's called the Cold House of Fashion. They have one or two more of these in stock. I'm not sure if they're quite this color though. But yes, if you would like this, it's 249 gold pieces, and just this DM Muxlow speaking. I'm going to make sure that this would be an improvement on your armor class.
DM question: how much gold did Charms give us?
Like the
each?
grant, yeah.
It was a grand, wasn't it?
It was 1,000 gold pieces each.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Cool.
So
You should dipping in our money. We'd be a bit more like, oh, what you do? It's your money too, bud.
yeah, this would be an improvement on your armor class. If you would like it, it's entirely up to yourself. This would be the only thing that they would really have in terms of light armor here.
Mhm.
They could go up to medium and do like kind of like scale mail and stuff like that, but in terms of like light armor for spellcasters, this is the only thing they really have here.
Okay, I might go check out the other place then.
Of course, we're open most of the day, so if you want to come back and grab it, you're more than welcome to.
Could I?
Feeling we want to make a sale with at least one of you anyway, so I'm too bummed out about it.
Indeed. Show me. What weapon you would have to deliver righteous watery fury. You know.
Now, you say that you prefer weapons of a nature that are similar to a trident, yes?
I prefer tridents. Yeah.
Tell me, what other than tridents, what kind of things are you comfortable with? Is it pole arms in general, or do you simply want to stick with a trident?
I feel like a trident is the best way to honor my faith. I hope you understand.
No, I understand.
If it was a matter of life and death and I was separated from Stacy, I would of course be willing to use other weapons. But in the event I was going to purchase armaments, I want them to best reflect the style of hero and adventure I want to be.
Okay. Now I do have this, and she goes again back into the background into the armory, but this time she brings out a slightly shorter trident. Whereas Stacy's maybe 6 feet tall. This is maybe about 4 feet.
Okay.
But it is a three-pronged head on either end. She goes, now this is a bit more compact than what you're used to, but... And she twists the center and it comes apart into two smaller, stabby tridents.
Mm-hmm.
This allows for fighting in close combat. I believe there is also an enchantment on these, am I wrong? At which point the tiefling speaks up and goes, no, you're correct. There is an enchantment on those. They will deal a minor amount of damage that would freeze your opponent. They can hold them in place if you stick them into a wall or such. But it tends to create an immense feeling of freezing wherever they are pierced.
As an out of character question, does switching weapons take an action or bonus action?
Switching weapons takes an action.
Right. Okay. Would I still be able to like stow them on my person? Like, if it's like
Yes.
4 foot, could I like have it beneath or like to the side of my main holster?
Realistically, if you keep them like separated, generally you could like holster them on your side like daggers on either side, or like 2 short swords.
Okay. Yeah, I'm for that.
So you could use Stacy as like a throwing weapon, and then bring these guys out and just start poking everybody. It will look like you're just fighting with giant forks. But
That's fine. The giant fish forks. I'll go. And how much would it be roughly?
there's not much of a demand for this, so only 120 gold pieces.
Okay. I do think that's quite reasonable. In terms of enchantments, what could you do for the old girl? And like at this point, like swing Stacy like kind of like around, but like doesn't like I reckon doesn't like hit anyone or anything. Just like kind of
I'm gonna duck.
to like here. Like yeah, so it's kind of like I mean I can show you. I've got a 6-foot staff behind me. I'm relatively confident I can swing it without hitting anything. So like,
so sorry. Last week it was like chocolate bread. This week she has made me fresh cookies.
The unseen servant strikes again.
Do you want to come on and say hi? No, I love you. Thank you very much for that.
See, the stream is convinced you have an unseen servant.
Well, I don't want to call her a servant.
yeah, what is this? Dubai?
More of a home ho.
A home ho.
I love you. For anybody on stream who doesn't know, that is my wonderful fiance, Darcy, who is off screen, who has just made me homemade chocolate chip cookies. That one, all the chocolate chips are hidden inside, but you can see it better on this one.
Invisible home ho.
I'm not showing off in front of my mates. I'm showing you off. I'm flaunting my possessions. I love
Darcy
you.
at the top of the list.
You're gonna get your arse kicked. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
BRB gonna kiss.
Aww.
Gay.
As one
What's that
does.
you say? You're giving it to me for free? No. Mux isn't here. Post pictures of rare fish.
Hello. Sorry.
What?
When you were away, I said something. It wasn't even scuffed. It was just.
It was just
like,
really funny.
I said Mux is away. Post pictures of rare fish.
Mods are asleep. Okay. So yes, 120 gold pieces if you want the double-sided thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, she came upstairs and I was like, oh, maybe she's going to the toilet or whatever. And then I just heard the door open and I was like, she's just standing in the doorway, and I turn around and she just has a plate of cookies. And I was like, okay.
Menacing cookies.
Menacing
Cookies
cookies.
menacingly.
Cookie starts with communism.
Bakes for you, but suspiciously.
Relate.
Seems a damn right shame.
Seems a damn right shame. Shame.
Seems an awful
He said
waste.
awful waste.
Waste.
What that price of meat? What it is? Where do you get it? If you get it, good you got it.
So.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
This is fine for me because I play a very lighthearted character, but I feel bad like if we do like grim RP and like we've got this shit going on, like. And yes, Demina, and then Kyler will turn not to Lilith as per usual, but to the Enchantress and be like, "Do you reckon what could you do? I was thinking maybe a recall spell would be kind of useful. Maybe some extra damage. I don't know." He's gonna do that. He's gonna do that. This is his listening face.
Horrible.
As she kind of takes Stacy off of you and goes, no, she doesn't do that. As she takes Stacy off of you, she looks it over and goes, "This is made of blue ice, is it not? A rare metal only found in underwater caverns and areas of intense aquatic plane energy."
That is correct. This is an aspirant's trident. So those of us who go out on our warrior pilgrimage to spread the good news and deliver watery righteous justice, take one of these, and then when you return, you get a more grand version. So I'm really looking for something to kind of supplement this weapon, maybe like a recall charm, extra damage, that kind of thing would really work.
I can certainly attempt something. I've never worked with it, unfortunately. I can promise you I won't damage it, but I can't promise you that I will successfully enchant anything on it. I can comfortably say that what I would be able to do with the most degree of confidence is a recall spell. As for adding damage, I would be afraid I'm not too clued in on the integral structure of blue ice, and I wouldn't be sure as to what kind of damage would actually hurt the weapon more than the weapon's victim. But I could most certainly put a recall enchantment onto it, or at least attempt to.
How long do you reckon that would take?
I could have that done by tomorrow. It's going to cost you about 100 gold if you want it rushed. If you can give me a little bit more time, I could do it for maybe 60 gold.
I would rather not be parted longer than needs be. Not a personal comment, just a personal feeling. I would think that to be reasonable. In that case, I'm happy to pay for the weaponry, the split trident up front, and I'll pay. Does half the price up front seem reasonable to you?
That seems reasonable indeed. So that will be 170 gold pieces now, and then 50 gold pieces when you return.
That works for me.
If you come here at the same time tomorrow, I'll be sure to work through the night.
I'll just take 200 off because is anything like is the it'll be fine, won't it?
Yeah.
I'll just knock 200 off before I forget. There we go. And I'll unequip my trident as well.
Okay. And are you going to take the outfit of Pride Silk, Lilith?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
I might be back though. Who knows?
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Sorry, I got distracted by cookies.
That's okay.
And what about you two then? Leah now speaks up again. What about you two, the Gothic twins over there?
What can you do? Either do you have anything in stock that's finesse blade with either a lightning or necrotic enchant, or can that be added to this? And Drazian, for the first time that anyone's seen this, Drazian actually draws his sword because he only used magic during the dungeon encounter, but he actually draws his sword this time. And you see like this fine steel finesse blade with intricate designs on the hilt. And he's like, it's Avum steel. Shouldn't be too much of a problem to enchant, I wouldn't imagine. I've seen it done plenty of times, but never actually done it myself.
So, I the way you're speaking about it there, I can assume that you have a bit of a sentimental connection to this weapon.
Correct?
I can certainly try and I'm obviously not the enchanter. That's my darling over here. However, what I can say is that I would have weapons that are stronger than this at their base form. Whether or not you wish to replace this weapon, though, is entirely up to yourself.
Could you improve this weapon through your own smithing techniques to be more of a standard that you would have in your other armaments?
I can certainly improve it, indeed. I could reinforce the steel. Avum steel is good, it's sharp, but it's known for having a bit of a flaw at its core where it doesn't really hold up against if it's used too often. They're often ceremonial weapons, Avum steel. I can certainly reinforce it, though. Make it a little bit more powerful.
As long as it can keep its mobile finesse properties.
Absolutely.
That. And then if it can be enchanted with preferably lightning magic, would be ideal.
I think I would be able to... Yes, what I'll do is I'll reinforce the Avum steel with a little bit of a mithril core. The mithril core will hopefully help it to hold it a little bit better, and will also help it conduct electricity if my darling here would like to try and work a minor electrical enchantment on it. Do be careful about making it too powerful. It could possibly wreck the steel itself and ruin its design. The tiefling once again speaks up. I would be more than happy to work with Avum steel. I've had the chance once before, but unfortunately it was simply as a moonlight enchantment to make it shed a little bit of light.
It's not something that's found too often anymore, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
Ever since the incident with the theocracy. I can certainly attempt. Altogether, if I'm remembering Leah's prices correctly, for a reinforcement and to add some magical damage to it, you're going to be looking at about 200 gold pieces. This isn't pre-made, unfortunately. You are looking to add magical damage and increase the strength of your weapon, so it's a little bit pricey.
No, that is perfectly fair. That is very much what I am looking for. Perfect. Yes, I'll take that.
That's going to take about a day and a half altogether by the time the smithing is done, and if I'm working at both of these enchantments at the same time. So, as a group, if you wish to come back here tomorrow after lunch, I should have everything done.
Perfect. And I very carefully sheath the blade and hand it across. And it's like, I know there's no need to. There's not much of a need to say this, but take care of that. It's important. As you said, sentimental value.
If Big Abby says it's okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it, man. In the end, it's all
Big
just things.
Abby.
Even the blue ice that cometh from the flesh and blood of the great one beneath the waves, it is ultimately just a thing, a shred of divinity, you know?
How much do you require up front as payment?
Typically about half. So 100 gold up front and another 100 tomorrow.
Perfect. I'll just mark off the 200 now anyway. But I will just say we'll give the rest to them tomorrow.
Would you like to borrow one of my forks? You can have one of the tridents, and you can get, and I don't believe anybody should go unarmed. As the Lord Jesus Crustacean wrote in the 47th parable,
at this
for
point,
a free man to walk unarmed.
At this
go
point,
on, cut me off. I had a great line, but cut me off. No, go on, do it, motherfucker, do it. I dare you.
No, he like purposefully cuts you off. And is like, don't worry about it, and draws 2 daggers and like lights up his left hand with magic.
Yeah, there's 3 points, but okay.
And actually takes out a quarterstaff and is like, It's basically trident.
How dare you?
It's the whole, I'm gonna let you finish, but first.
Kyler looking at a knife strapped to a stick. How dare you stand where he stood?
So uncivilized.
At this point, Leah is now like writing things down, and then she looks up. And what about you over there, short, dark, and purple? Looking at you, talking to you, Geraldine, with your purple hair.
Well then.
At least that's what it says in your notes. So I'm going.
Oh.
That, I think.
I thought her hair was still luminous for a second.
It's
the
rainbow
unicorn.
Bill.
Oh god. Hopefully not. I was looking for instruments or light armor as well.
I can. Again, unfortunately, in the ways of light armor, we don't have much left other than the Pride Silk, which your friend here doesn't seem to be buying. But if you would like it yourself, then you're more than welcome to it. As for instruments, are you looking simply for an instrument or something that can deal damage? It's a bit strange to come in here looking for an instrument if you're not looking for an enchanted one.
Sort of seeing my options.
Okay. Well, I think we have 2 available right now.
Okay.
They are technically custom orders, but the people who have commissioned them never came back, and it's been a couple of months now. So if they come back, that's their problem, not yours. One moment, and goes away, and then comes back with two kind of like folded up pieces of cloth. Unfolds one, and it's a circular weapon with loose blades going along the edge. It looks like
a tambourine.
It's a cutting tambourine. But it looks like I don't know if you guys have ever heard. I know that Eli and Cass will have because they played games with them before. Chakrams. They're like rounded, sharpened pieces of metal. They're like they come from Indian culture. I'm pretty sure, or Persian.
They're an Indian one. Well, they come from the Indian subcontinent.
Yeah.
And then they kind of spread out to Persian stuff.
Yeah.
Is it like a melee type thing, or is it like a throw type of thing?
Yeah, you can do either. But as she opens it and she shakes it, it's like a tambourine, like a percussion tambourine.
Okay.
We have that, and then we have this. Brings out wrapped in the other piece of cloth is a small, like lengthy flute that seems to be divided into sections, and there is a little bit of a marking on the end that looks like some sort of runes that you don't super recognize. Let me double check what languages you speak.
Draconic, Elvish, Goblin, Sylvan.
Yeah, you don't speak the language that is written here. But as she kind of picks it up, she goes, I can't play myself, but... And she kind of like blows in and she makes a couple of noises. And she goes, and if you're particularly in danger, you can do this. And you watch as she covers all of the holes on the flute and blows hard. And you watch as a blow dart fires out the end of the flute. It won't run out, but you can't play music while you're trying to do that. The activation for the magic rune is to cover all the holes, and you can fire out a blow dart from the end of the flute at any given time. Now, of course, if you wish to apply your own poisons to the end of the flute, then you can make them poison blow darts, but there's always the risk then of inhaling your own poison while you're trying to play a lovely jaunty tune.
You know, you can become immune. For instance, I'm immune to iocane powder.
You spent some time in Australia.
Yeah. And everyone knows that Australia is completely peopled with criminals.
Odorless, tasteless, dissolves in anything. Incredible.
So,
How much are these two things?
no, the down payment for these have both been paid, so I'm going to take that off for you. So I'm going to say it's 40 gold for the flute and 60 gold for the tambourine.
I'll take both.
Not a problem then. She wraps them back up, slides them across the table, and gives them to you and takes the 100 gold from you.
Will you be able to add these items for us? Or is there any where we can find them?
What'd you say?
Would you be able to add these items for us? Or is there anywhere we can find them? Or
Oh, you're talking about... I thought you were talking in character still, and I was like...
No.
add what
They're
items?
right here.
No, sorry.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes,
I don't shut.
I can add them, don't worry. I will make a note here of what you guys have got, what you're doing. Actually, yeah, if you guys, you see in the D&D chat we have, if you could just put, either what you've got or what you have, what service you've requested, and then I can sort that out after stream.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot on my brain currently.
Ninja Power Ranger.
DM question. Before we leave, is there you know that in those old movies or fucking where you would have shops or places that would have a coat stand? Is there a coat stand in here?
No, not in this room.
Where someone would hang a jacket or something?
Put an umbrella in. No.
Unfortunately, not here. The room here seems to just be, you open up, there's a number of weapons on display that seem to be just mass produced kind of. And bar that, it's a very simple storefront. Most of the workings seem to be in the armory behind.
Okay, cool. No, never mind.
Okay. I don't trust you.
No, what I was going to say is, so I can't ask the Welsh satyr, whose coat is that jacket?
Whose coat is that jacket?
Whose coat is that jacket?
Anyway.
May you sail on soft seas, landwalkers, and with that, just gonna kind of. Oh,
and
he's
may
gonna.
You not, and may you not drown in quicksand. I don't know.
Gonna take the piece of the trident and just bang it off the wall tink tink because it's not tall enough to stay on the ground. Just a tink tink. Let's go.
Oh no, I've given Kyler drumsticks.
No.
Tink tink.
The ADHD stimming is just going to be.
I want
That will
Kyler
come
to
in
actually
handy.
eat with these. Get a salad and just
He's 100% eaten with Stacy before.
He's put things on it and roasted it.
Yeah.
Little hot dogs, little
like a-
s'mores.
Fishing.
Yeah. These are going to be roasting a boar that you've hunted over a fire, and Kyler's just going to take one of the huge tridents and just go.
Like a fucking lollipop.
I feel like Kyler would get pre-made breaded fish sticks and put them on the end and then
Oh my
roast them.
god.
It's a grill. It's
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
So where to next, gang? Where are we headed?
Yeah.
I would really like to find some leather armor. So I
Yeah,
would
like
like to
leather
go
or
to
jewelry.
the fashion place, whatever that was called.
The tailor.
The Cold House of Fashion, I believe it was
Yeah.
The
called.
cold house.
The House
fashion.
of Gucci.
Yeah. Do we have a jeweler in
A House of
town
Gucci.
Yes,
as
there
like an
are.
enchanted jeweler?
So, for the sake of this, like the general kind of shops that you can go into, there are general stores, magic stores, potion stores, jewelry stores, blacksmiths, bookstores, and clothing stores.
Stores, you say?
Mhm.
Marks the
Bookstores
question,
can
what
do.
was this place called again?
This was Deepstone's Armory.
Deep Stones Armory. And what were the NPCs called in here again?
Clan Fairfield and Peon on Kieran Con Gonasilia go.
The main, the satyr is Lia Deepstone.
Claya Deepstone.
Lia as an Lia.
Yes.
It's not double L. Claya.
No. Clieth.
Claya Deepstone.
So there's Lia Deepstone was the satyr. Calvary Deepstone, who is the what's it called?
Tiefling.
Enchantress.
The enchantress. The tiefling is
How
the
do you
name
spell
for
that?
the
Gay rights.
KALVARI.
So Calvary.
Yes. And then the red-haired elf was Vicary's.
Vicary's
Vicar-
nuts in your mouth.
No.
Hickory's nuts.
Vicary's weed taker.
So is that VICAREES?
VICCRAES. Vicaries.
VICCER?
I will send it into the group chat.
Cool.
Yes, that is his name.
Weed faker or weed taker?
Weed faker. Sometimes, like the way my mic cuts out and like peaks, it sounds like I'm saying different letters, but it's weed faker.
Cool. And he was
Weed faker. I
was
heard
he
it.
was he an elf or a half elf?
He's a half elf.
Represent.
Love wins, I guess.
This
Cool.
this is the adopted son.
Let's go, lesbians. Let's go.
Ma'am, for $1, name a woman. Okay, so yes, if you guys are done in Deepstone's Armories,
The cold house of fashion. I
The
believe
cold-
Yes.
the location.
okay. As you leave the premises of Deepstones, there is a number of people who are now walking up and down this kind of cobble. It's a little bit wider than an alleyway. It's probably about the size of a New York alleyway, actually. But it's maybe 15 feet across is how wide this street is. And there's a couple of people walking up and down now, and you're gathering that as the day's going on, there's a little bit more life coming into like the smaller parts of the city. And as this continues, you walk around for a bit, and you seem to be in the castle wards, like known as the castle churches area of Agalian. As you walk around, there's this scent of, and you smell, you could smell this on your first day walking through here as well. It's the smell of different herbs and smoke in the air as daily givings to different gods, different beings, different deities have been put out. Sometimes on a windowsill for a house, like on a window ledge. Some of them you can smell like very strongly coming from what look to be kind of smaller churches of different deities. But as you walk around, there's this smell just prevalent throughout the air. You walk past a few places. You walk past St. Portia's pub, the Lucky Hearth, Vine's Graceful Market, a bunch of different kind of what seem to just be general. Some are general stores, some are taverns, some look like cafes. Before you finally manage to make it to the Cold House of Fashion. The Cold House of Fashion, the doors are this lovely deep mahogany that like open out onto the street. There's a kind of stretching window display of different what look like general kind of mannequins, but every now and again you watch as they kind of change their position into different poses to show off what the outfits look like in different different situations, different lighting, that kind of thing. It looks like quite a big store. It's 2 floors and maybe takes up about the equivalent of 3 storefronts. And as you walk in, which I'm assuming you probably all do walk in, there is a very, very prevalent and like obvious shopkeeper as sitting behind this kind of large white marble counter is an enormous loxodon who looks kind of graying. You can see like grey hair coming out of the ears. Even for an elephant kin, there's lots of wrinkles on the face, and a very what to you guys would be like huge glasses, to a loxodon it looks like a little tiny. Just sits right on the edge of his trunk, and as you come in, he kind of looks up and he goes, "Oh, hello there. How are y'all doing today?"
Elephant, more like LGBTQ-iphant, am I right?
Gosh, shut up.
I'm sorry, I was just picturing like this like smoking jacket, like Ian McKellen style, like old Queen, like.
Hello there. How y'all doing today?
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, literally. Love
Welcome-
wins, my guy. Love wins.
Very that.
Amazing.
Welcome to the Cold House of Fashion. How can I help you?
It's actually rather temperate. What's up with that?
I slipped back into Welsh there. This is supposed to be an Irish accent, but I got so used to doing Laia for a second. Well, fuck, I can't differentiate between them two now. Fuck it, it's a Northern Irish accent. Well,
You did a Northern Irish accent. Fucking
I know.
did one. You didn't just talk. You just was like, well, it's actually there.
It's a Belfast
Hey.
mammy.
Belfast fan.
the old gay Belfast granda. You know, wee bit like that. Well, you see, my name is Cold. It's a family name, and I continue to hopefully keep running the family business of fine merchant wear and elegant evening gowns, things of such rapport. How can I help you all today, folks?
At this point, Kaz just gonna point to Lilith like, this glamour icon. Oh, you're that side, aren't you? Because it's mirrored.
Hi, my name's Lilith. I was just looking for some new leather armor, but I was trying to find something that was a little more stylized as well as functional.
Cookies.
Apologies.
I think I might have some things for you. When you say functional, what function are you looking for it to fulfill?
Well, I'm mainly a spellcaster. So, and sometimes fight in the fight.
Well, you can see he kind of stands up and like his head hits the roof of the next level, but he walks quite gracefully along the floor of the shop, like weaving and winding around the many different displays, leaving them untouched. Like he has worked here for many years. He knows how to move this enormous form that he has around the not necessarily cramped, but the filled store displays. And he goes over to one that looks like this dark grey and black edging into purple at the ends robe. And as he lifts it up, you watch as there's this kind of like infringent design on the side, and he goes, "This is a cloak of the bat. It allows the wearer to maintain a certain level of discreetness when the lighting conditions are poor. It also allows, when no light is touching it, the wearer to move through the shadows as if gravity does not affect them.
I'll take it. How much is it?
This is going to be 400 gold pieces.
Fine.
Okay.
No persuasion, damn. Really?
Well,
Are there any more of those?
I have a few of these in stock, yes. I also have a
Balaclava.
few other robes and items that are similar.
you
It's
offer
funny.
a student discount. We are students at True Arms Academy.
On special business for Avadar True Arms, now that you come to mention it.
I'll
I
persuade if I need to.
I can give you a 10% discount at most, as you are students. And I'm assuming that if you are here on work of Avadar, then there is good reason. And I would much rather there be more customers for my shop than less.
Does Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So I can give you 10% at most, meaning that would be down to 360 gold pieces.
Make it a nice 350. I'll roll a persuasion.
Yeah, go ahead. He just kind of like looks at you and raises an eyebrow as you say that.
That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
Jesus Christ,
Of course it
Asuka.
is. Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? With a +8?
Yeah.
Zayo, mommy.
Yeah.
350.
Alaska,
They're
if we ever
very-
do an IRL game, anytime I make a roll, I'm going to get you to kiss my dice.
Right?
Any student who comes in here with that amount of guts and with such fine fashion sense, 350 it is.
Oh, thank you so much.
Does Big Avadar send out students often?
Not himself personally, but often the students will come through here looking for evening wear should their mission require something of a glamorous nature. Some come in looking for cloaks for long travels. I have had a few come in on request of Avadar themselves, and I am his suit tailor, his personal suit tailor. Of course, he never quite pays me what I need to, but it is worth it knowing that he keeps us safe here. And, with reputation comes more business.
An
So-
endorsement, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you
He
guys...
pays me an exposure.
Excuse me. You mentioned a couple of cloaks you had in stock. Would you happen to have a Cloak of Displacement?
I'm afraid. I think we may have one in the back. Allow me to check. And he once again works his way around and goes in. He works his way around and he goes into what looks like these large kind of pulled apart curtains, and you can see in the back rows and rows of hanging rails with things on them. And he comes back out and he goes, "We have one. These are rather expensive items, however."
How expensive are we looking?
For free, if Alaska asks.
Facts.
This one itself is 650 gold pieces. You must understand, items such as a Cloak of Displacement offer a substantial reason for being purchased.
Oh, I'm well aware. I am well aware. 650. Hold that for now, because I may still buy it before I leave. I wanted to see, is there anything... What I'm essentially looking for is armor that can be made to look like what I'm wearing with, and Drazian turns around and points on the, symbol engraved on the back of it. I was like, I'm looking for something that can be made look like this. Black leather doublet with that symbol engraved on the back, but offers a little bit more protection that I'm getting at the minute. Maybe a couple of even if there's any protective enchantments that can be added onto it as well. Either that or something to improve what I'm already wearing.
And he kind of waves again through the store, and he comes up and he reaches out one of his very large hands, and he begins to feel the material of what you're wearing. Mm-hmm. I see. Studded leather is indeed a very useful material if you're looking for something more than that. And as he begins to kind of weave his way through the shop again, you can see that he's kind of grabbing materials and looking at them very quickly before moving on to another one. And as he does this, jumping from row to row, it does kind of make you go, as you're watching this huge Loxodonian individual moving from place to place with speed that most of you probably couldn't even move through this store. Let me just double see here.
I'm just looking at clothing items right now. Can I read? I didn't know this was a thing. Can I just read this item description?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the Cloak of Suspicious yet Innocent Levitation. This black satin cloak is ominously suspicious and must always be regarded as such. Despite the sinister look of the cape, it has no actual inclination towards evil or good, and is in fact not alive or even sentient. When worn, the user can levitate above the ground ominously, and all good aligned creatures will regard them with distrust, regardless of the wearer's appearance. The wearer can ignore difficult terrain and is always under the effect of Featherfall spell. When either of these effects occur, the cape billows around the wearer and gives the sound of fluttering cloth.
Incredible.
I'm just looking at stuff like there might be in the shop. Like, that's not a real thing.
It is.
I'm just very quickly looking up here. What would be the next rank up from studded leather?
Sorry, I know I'm being complicated.
No, it's okay. This is the whole point of an episode like this, is for you guys to want to try and improve your gear.
Is there a storm cloak?
Are you a dirty storm cloak?
On the gear, lads.
On the gear, let's fucking go.
On the fucking gear, mate.
Here we go, bye.
Here we.
Here we fucking go.
Oh, there is majestic cloak of eagle as well. That's a Lilith item.
It's a very Lilith item.
What does it do?
Audit of Confidence. Sorry, this cloak is only for those who aspire to be the greatest, even when others say otherwise. Audit of Confidence. The cloak gives wearer advantage on ability checks that require an amount of confidence, such as persuasion to flirt, survival to find a way out of a frightening forest, or acrobatics to leap over a crevasse. Should the wearer fail a check of such category, their confidence dwindles, giving them disadvantage to their attack rolls, ability checks, and saves for 1d4 hours. This penalty can be ended early if someone consoles them with a DC 25 persuasion check. It works on the power of belief.
That's a very double-edged sword.
It can be, but like, it's also funny as fuck.
Yeah. The Cloak of Displacement is probably like my favorite wearable item in the entirety of D&D because it's so busted.
And of course you wanted the busted item.
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
Everyone's shocked.
He comes back with 3 items.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he comes back with what looks to just be like kind of leather layered armor.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of looks like what you have. It could be, embroidered, like the design that you want could be embroidered or emblazoned on the back.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back with what looks like on the top this collection of like metal plates across it. Some like kind of hang down the arms and they go down to just above the knee.
Mm-hmm.
It's mithril half plate, and then he comes back with this dark black leather duster that reaches down to just below your knees.
Mm-hmm.
There are kind of these curved epaulets on the shoulders.
So are any of these doublets as well?
The one that he's holding now is
Okay, cool.
Is it pronounced doublet or doublet?
doublet.
Michael Dublé.
Michael Dublé. Is it? I genuinely don't know. Like, is it a doublet or is it a doublet?
I'm
thought it was a
pretty sure
doublet.
it's a doublet.
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 Because it's 2.
I suppose so. But also doublet.
It's a Hyundai doublet.
A Hyundai doublet.
God, no. Hyundai Dublé.
Dublé. That's my drag name.
Hyundai Dublé.
They do play.
But yes, so this one that he's holding now is kind of comes back like a doublet, kind of long duster coat. It's this dark black with these. You see, kind of the threading in a lot of the coat is this mixture of brown and red. The coat itself seems a little bit worn, but not in the like, oh, this is pre-owned way, in the like the leather has sat for a long time kind of way. Like it hasn't been super well treated. You see that the shoulders of the armor, the shoulders of the coat are stiff and kind of curved out slightly past where the arm joint connects. The rest of the armor is a little bit more soft and malleable. But as he puts that one down, you now have these 3 items in front of you. These are all things that may suit your potential needs, depending, of course, on your budgetary restrictions. They are, in turn, for the hide armor here, and he points to the simple kind of like leather layered one, not the last one I was describing there. That's going to be 140 gold pieces. For the half plate, that's going to be 300 gold pieces. And for the hunter's coat, that's going to be 4,200 gold pieces.
What exactly does the hunter's coat do?
The hunter's coat is a old world relic from before the age of abolishment, the abolishment of knowledge, rather. It contains a energy of what some would call a dark warrior. When it is used to damage a living being, and the blood of such a living being splashes onto the coat itself inflicts a curse upon the victim of the attack, dealing a modicum more damage than before.
And comparison in armor wise compared to what I'm wearing now, would it be significant improvement?
The hunter's coat? Pardon me. The hunter's coat is it's very slightly better than what you have currently. Its main appeal is in the dark nature that it holds.
Unfortunately, that is slightly beyond my monetary capabilities. However, I will take you up on the Cloak of Displacement. There's not anything you could do to improve my current armor, is there?
I unfortunately do not work in such reinforcements. I am a crafter of finer goods. I simply host the sellers of such items. My apologies.
No, that's completely understandable. Damn, that hunter's cloak would be great.
By the way, Alaska, you took that cloak, didn't you?
Did, yeah.
Okay, so in an area of dim or light darkness, you can grip the edges of the cloak with both hands and use it to fly at a speed of 40 feet. So if it is dark, you can like grip it and like Batman fly through the air at speeds of 40 feet.
Yeah.
If you
Is
ever
this the Cloak of the Bat one?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
While,
I added it also into my inventory. I found it.
Yeah, while wearing the cloak of dim light, while wearing the cloak in an area of dim light or darkness, you can turn yourself into a bat.
I want it. I want it.
I really want that hunter's coat. I want it so badly.
You could talk to good old Geraldine about that.
Yeah, but Drazian's far too proud to ask.
Okay.
Which is why he just went, I really want it.
Oh no, that's out of character. Me saying I really want it, but Drazian's like.
What does it do?
The hunter's coat. It basically, if I do damage to someone and their blood spills onto the coat, it'll do more damage to them. It's really fucking cool.
You have this coat gives a +1 bonus to AC while wearing it.
How much is it?
The coat has 3 charges. It is 4,200 gold.
Christ.
The coat has 3 charges. When you hit a creature with an attack and that creature doesn't have all its hit points, you can expend 1 charge to deal an extra 1d10 necrotic damage to the target. The coat regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. The breastplate and shoulder protectors of this armor are made of leather that has been stiffened by being boiled in oil, and the rest of the armor is made from softer, more flexible materials.
Could I ask the Loxodon fellow if there's anything he feels would suit Kyler?
Of course. Are you looking for something with practical use, or simply something to make your stunning blue everything stand out?
I'm looking for something practical. If it's in blue, floral denim, the better. But
Especially denim.
especially denim. It's a jaloke.
Low.
Jaloke. I'm looking at items. I'm like, I have no clue if Kyler would know about them, and B, if they're too busted to ask about. So I'm just gonna ask my man what he has. The Storm cloak.
Compared to what you're wearing, and he kind of points to your like chainmail, like Hawaiian shirt vibes, your chainmail hoodie. I'm afraid I wouldn't have anything that offers more in the realm of protection. However, I could give you some items that may increase the utility of what you may do.
I'm up for that. Maybe some like watery teleportation or something could be cool, or mist.
I have this, and he kind of swirls around and he picks up a cloak, and you. This is just perfect for Kyler. He kind of asks you to turn around, and as you turn around, he clips it on you, and he says, "Now put your hands on your hips." And as you do it, from beneath the cloak there is a gust of mist, and the cloak begins to billow dramatically.
I know what this is.
Oh my god.
A cloak of billowing.
Yeah.
That's all it does, is just blows out like a gust of like smoke and mist and billows dramatically so you can pose with it.
Okay, this is where I reach a problem. Because if I Kyler probably fucking loves it, is the thing. He probably is like, this is the dopest shit ever. But I know this is a waste of money out of character. Do you feel me?
These are incredibly cheap items, like cosmetic, like cloak thing. This is 15 gold if you want the cloak of billowing.
To be fair, yeah.
Got 1,000 free
Absolutely
gold.
do.
Like, I feel like Kyler is like, I love it. You're gonna get on top of Kronk and put it on, and Kronk's just gonna get all wet from the billowing.
Poor Malort's gonna be nearby, like.
He leaves that with you as he like spins around again, and he grabs what looks like this plain kind of white, slightly greying cloak with a hood that has a number of different patches over it. As he hands it to you, and he goes, "A robe of useful items. You simply rip off a patch, and the item will appear in your hand."
That does seem pretty cool. How much is that? He says, still playing with the cape.
These are 35 gold apiece. I have an abundance of these.
Do you have any? Do you have anything that's like, features bones or like spines? Like, I feel like that's more your wheelhouse. Natural furs and stuff. Like, God, there's Jesus crustacean. There's this creature. It's like a lion, and it's spiky. And I know people make cloaks out of that. Do you have any of that?
lion and it's spiky. Muxlow doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Do you want me to tell you or do you want me?
I mean,
You
yeah,
mean
go
a
ahead.
porcupine?
No, a manticore. There's a.
Oh, a manticore. Okay.
It's a spiky lion.
It's a spiky lion. That's what a manticore is.
I was
not-
like,
You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, a spiky lion is a porcupine.
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 Um,
My
Do they have
favorite, my
Fedoras.
favorite YouTuber.
-7 to charisma.
so you're looking for a
A fjord.
I need to remember what the item was called.
let me see.
I don't remember where I've seen it now.
Skin of the manticore.
That's the one.
Okay, no. Unfortunately, we don't have such items in stock currently. I'm sure I could put in a request if you wish.
Shall I just badly describe items for a bit, and we'll see if we can work them out as Kyler's understanding of them.
Just so you know, with the robe of useful items,
Right.
the patches you can see, there are 2 daggers, 2 what looks like lanterns, a steel mirror, 2 steel mirrors, 2 pictures of what look like poles, 2 patches of rope, and 2 patches of what looks like empty sacks. And then there are other patches across the kind of look of the robe that don't have like pictures, or simply shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And those can be like pulled off and turned into any number of items that you don't know until you pull them off, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. In a momento.
No problem.
I will take your Cloak of Displacement. How much did you say that was going to set me back?
640 gold pieces.
Is that including the 10% discount from True Arms?
No, it is. It is not. So that is going to be 586. 640 minus 10%. 576. I was 10 off.
I'll give you 580 because I hate uneven numbers.
Come quickly, there's a quirked up white boy outside.
Okay, I've subtracted that from my gold. And I will add that very cool item that I love very much.
There's also just out of the corner of Kyler's eye this entire time, there has been a robe with a number of snake motifs on it.
My brother in Christ, I'm terrified of snakes.
You are, but as Kyler.
Kyler isn't. That's the thing. Kyler is a naturally curious. He's like Mr. Bean if he was a D&D character. Like, so I kind of have to.
Teddy.
Yeah, let's have Kyler investigate this snake oil.
As you go and you kind of pick up the robe with the number of snake motifs, the snakes themselves begin to move across the material.
Fucking hate this. Yeah.
As Merrick Cold, who's the full name of the Loxodon, kind of walks over and goes, I see you've picked up the Robe of Serpents. At any given time, you can remove one of these snakes from the material of the robe and bring it to life to work for you. As a bonus action on your turn, you can transform one of the Robe Serpents into a giant poisonous snake that follows your command.
I fucking hate this.
See,
So
Cass
cool.
hates it, but Kyler loves it.
Kyler loves it is the problem. He would.
How many hit points do these snakes have? Like, is it like a combat pet?
Yes, it is indeed a combat pet. It has an armor class of 15. It has 19 hit points. It can move 30 feet. And it has an attack that will leave a poisonous effect on an enemy.
I love it so much. This is amazing.
Or sorry,
Okay,
rather,
what happens?
The problem is actually like very good as well.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that is
actually an
a good
amazing
thing.
item.
Does the snake disappear when it dies, or does it go back like unlimited use on the cloak, or?
The snake can tell friendly creatures from hostile ones and attacks the latter. The snake disappears in a harmless puff of smoke after 1 hour, or when it drops to 0 hit points, or when you dismiss it with no action required. Once detached, a snake cannot return to the robe. When all of the robe's snakes have detached, the robe becomes a non-magical garment.
Do I have to replace my armor with it?
No, it goes on top. And there are 7 snakes on this, so you can just, as a bonus action, you can just go snake to the face.
Snake.
And then there's a snake.
And this isn't just like a standard snake. This is a fucking giant poisonous snake.
Yeah, it's a giant.
Yeah,
poisonous
that's
snake.
my least favorite kind, to be honest. For those of you who don't watch Red Robin Cast, like, what are you even doing? But I have severely crippling ophibophobia. But I am so committed to the bit that this is a very difficult fucking thing for me to deal with. Holy shit. Oh, you bastard.
So what kind of moral dilemmas does your D&D game present to you? Or will we have to choose between saving a village or saving our favourite friend? I have to do a snake.
I have to deal with snakes. Snakes terrify me. Like pictures of them freak me out. Like,
Really?
yeah, literally even describing them like excessively just makes me feel icky.
Cass has trouble watching Indiana Jones.
I have trouble watching Indiana Jones. I am Indiana Jones, for that matter.
Yeah, okay.
Why did it have to
I
be
mean-
snakes?
I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm great with a whip.
Ayo?
Woo, Chile!
Cass is the
Alaska's
Indiana
laugh.
Jones to my Rick O'Connell.
Yeah, Alaska just did a BRB real quick.
Could it, okay. I'm gonna. This is. I need
I
it
will-
out. I need it out. I don't think I could deal with this. Like,
As
genuinely.
you're looking at this, there's another item that catches your eye.
Thank fuck.
Seems to be a kind of rather fitting. It almost looks just like a varsity jacket, like a Letterman jacket, with
Mhm.
an emblazoned symbol of 2 wings on the back.
Okay, yeah.
And you
okay.
watch as occasionally the wings kind of go.
Does it have any? Sorry, not Greek. Sorry, deep speech lettering on it.
Yeah, Alpha Omega Chi.
I'm gonna approach that jacket and feel the spirit of cutting carbs and way shakes overtakes, and pick it up for a minute. And if they don't see Naruto, there's the frame they always use, throwing the coat over with one arm extended. That's the vibe here. I'll get the photo.
Merrick once again comes up to you and goes, this is a wingwear jacket. Many would use it as a form of slow falling apparatus. When you put on the jacket and you attune yourself to it, you may pull the wings from the back and gain a temporary burst of flying speed. A suit of wingwear has 3 charges. While you wear the suit, you can use a bonus action and expend 1 charge to gain a flying speed of 30 feet until you land. At the end of each of your turns, your altitude drops by 5 feet. Your altitude instantly drops to 0 feet at the end of your turn if you didn't fly at least 15 feet horizontally on that turn.
Mm-hmm.
And when your altitude drops to 0 feet when you land or fall, you must expend another charge to use the suit again. But it can regain its expended charges after spending 1 hour in a elemental air node.
Where do we find them? They don't seem like they kind of come across very often.
They can be found in, like...
Will there be one at the uni? Like,
yeah, there'd be one at the uni.
okay then. Yeah, fair enough. How much?
It's a charging station.
It's an electric car charging station. That's the kind of amenities like universities would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Kyler's. I'm into flight more than I'm into dealing with snakes.
Yeah.
So
I guessed.
So let's fucking do it.
That would be 130 gold pieces.
Hell yeah, I can afford that. Could I You know what? Lilith's done it as well. Can I roll to persuade as well?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you trying?
Shall I make an RP for a slight price reduction? I'm basically just gonna look at the Loxodon, Monsieur Cold, and be like, dude, could you even charge me for this?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
This is gonna bomb. This is gonna fucking bomb. It's gonna cost even more gold. It's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10.
He looks at you and he kind of smiles and he goes,
"Good one."
Yes, I could.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
You rolled performance.
Oh, I rolled performance instead of persuasion, so it's 12 technically. I don't think it changes it.
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't think so. He gets a slight chuckle, I suppose. Like a.
He's seen Lilith do this a couple of times now. I was like, okay, well,
People go in for this.
People go for
hard
this.
could
How
this
hard
be?
could it be?
What does she
He just
have?
looks at yeah, exactly. He just looks at me like,
What have you been doing?
Lilith is just Moulin Rouging it. I am paid to make men believe what they want to believe.
So that's
That's
140,
a
yeah?
fact.
That is
160.
130.
130.
If you want the robe of useful items as well, it's 160.
I probably can't wear them both, can I?
No, but
Concurrently.
you can swap them out as and when needed.
Yeah, I might keep it in the bag, like
Yeah.
in like my rucksack, and then like I can go. Oh wait, let me check.
Yeah.
Okay, that is all the money cleared from the thing. So with that, I think Kyler has spent as much money as he's willing to spend here. So I will bow out for the memento.
Are there any gloves in the shop?
There are some gloves. Not a huge amount, but there seems to be like a little display at the front of some gloves.
Okay. Any in particular?
There's a lot of these seem to just be aesthetic more than like they offer anything. But there are two that catch your eye. One, it's a set of gloves that have these kind of hooked, pointed metal tips to the end of them. They seem like. Have you ever seen like vampire gloves in real life?
Mommy,
like have the
sorry,
metal-
mommy, sorry.
Scratch the back.
Yes. Okay. This is what I thought. Okay. Yes. This is what I thought they were.
Yeah, they're like
Hello?
that. There's a set
I
that
think-
there's a set that look like that, and then
Alright.
there's another set of gloves that are these kind of like very fine red, fingerless gloves. It looks like leather, kind of like goes up, slightly up your forearm.
Okay.
Very like Scarlet Witchy looking
Okay.
in their design. And as you're looking at them, Merrick kind of finds his way over to you and goes, I see you found one of the only pairs of spell-catching gloves that we have. When a spell is thrown at you, you can attempt to catch a certain portion of the damage and absorb it into the glove to be thrown back at an enemy at a later time.
Interesting. And the other ones were just like cosmetic?
The other gloves, other than the vampire gloves and the spell-catching gloves, are just cosmetic. The vampire gloves, however, allow you to give you a little bit increased unarmed, like fighting. If you're just like throwing a punch, you can like scratch and deal a little bit more damage. And that's really it. They seem to be like weapon, like, do you know what I mean?
A type of fist weapon-ish. Okay.
Yeah.
Would they help you climbing things?
Yeah, they would. They like
Like
anything that like hook. They would give you the benefits of like a claw attack, and like you would get benefits for like climbing, or if you're trying to like rip something open, you could dig it in and pull it apart. You get advantage on that kind of situational thing.
How much are they?
The vampire gloves are going to be 35 gold pieces, if that is your interest. And the spell-catching gloves are 150.
For the spell-catching ones, is that only a certain type of spell? Or like, is it like an area of effect type of spell too? Or
the way that the gloves work, unfortunately, it would only really contain the energy of spells that are focused on you, as you need to catch the source of the spell itself. And with things such as Fireball, the source happens usually quite a bit away from you, so it's much harder to catch. However, you can store up to 3 spells thrown at you, and you can return them back to an enemy at any given time, free of using your own reserves of magic.
okay, I think I will purchase those.
No problem. You just the spell catching gloves?
Yes.
That is 150 gold pieces then.
Okay.
Are you using the school funds or the other ones?
The other ones.
The other ones, not a problem at all. As you then pay for that with a purse that is not matching the ones that everybody else has been paying with, you pay for your goods, and Merrick lowers his head in appreciation. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I could help you all with, or is there any guidance that I may give you before you leave my store?
Is there a tattoo shop in town?
There is. It's not within the castle, the church castle, unfortunately.
Can we get magic tattoos?
You can get magic tattoos. There is a
Matching
system.
tattoos?
Magic?
Why not?
Matching?
Madam?
Is Kyler down to go get some matching tattoos?
Unfortunately, in the castle churches, there's not many. There's not any that I know of. However, if you head over to the Honeywine Wood district, you'll find there's a magical tattoo artist there who sits on the port.
Hello, sailor.
All right then.
Literally.
I take one last very longing look at the hunter coat before like saying thank you to the Loxodon and leaving. What's the name of the Loxodon again, by the way?
Merrick Cold.
Merrick Cold.
Stone cold, for sure.
He as he catches you looking at the hunter's coat, he goes, It hasn't sold for many years. I can assure you it'll be here when you come back.
Thank you.
There is something kind of don't come into school tomorrow about it, you know?
Hey, yo.
Ayo.
So yes, if there's anything else, if there's anything that you guys would like to ask him before you leave the store,
Could oh no, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
There was a. I was gonna be like, so tell me, Merrick Cold, how did you come to Agalane? Were you once a glorious adventurer? Were you a pilgrim, or those are really the two things I kind of know.
I was born in one of the plains in the Eosite diarchies. After the power struggle there reached a significant peak, I decided it was better to leave, and so I came here.
Whereabouts in the diarchy do you hail from, if you don't mind me asking?
He kind of looks at you, and for the first time, you see a little bit of unease in his face. And he kind of goes, I come from a town close to Pella. I do not wish to say which side I come from.
A Pella fella. That's cool.
That's fair. I've recently come here from Azure City. No harm towards any citizens who come from the other side of the border, as it were, though. So.
Oh, is that where you come from? What do you want me to do? You just fucking said it.
That's where I came here from. That's where I traveled here from. It's not my place of origin, shall we say.
Oh, are you one of those religious nut jobs, huh?
Says Kyler.
Yeah, says Kyler.
Exactly. I do not come from the Isarian theocracy, if that's what you're insinuating. Quite the opposite.
Elbow Kyler in the ribs really fucking hard.
And Dracian says this very pointedly, as in, like either of us would react if someone called us British. Cass, that's the tone of response that Dracian gives. Is like, I have nothing to do with the theocracy.
Gonna just tap his nose. Probably doesn't feel an elbow in the ribs, given the varsity jacket and the floral shirt and the fucking chainmail. Like, if anything, it's like hitting your elbow off the wall. Like,
probably.
Dracian says to Merrick is just like, I meant no offense, friend. And whichever side of the tracks you come from, I would not want to cause you any issues.
You want to be Mountain King? Is that what's going on? You want to be like the... No, you don't want it because you're here.
I have no
And on that note...
Mountain King.
I'm just gonna flick Kyler in the ear and be like...
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel that one.
Yeah, I feel that one, yeah. No defense on
elbow,
the...
but I'm just...
Ow.
Dracian just says to Merrick, safe travels, friend. Be safe.
Are we gonna...
And you see, he still seems a little bit like guarded after mentioning the diarchy, but he's like he's not hostile, but he's significantly less comfortable than he was before.
Yeah.
After the mention of, yo, which side do you come from? What's your postcode?
What ends you from, fam?
Which mandem?
You're about to get switched
Which
up.
side of the Falls Road are you from?
Exactly.
Are you from East Belfast or West Belfast?
I actually put in chat earlier because Mux was doing the accent. I went, Cold? That's a Fenian name, isn't it? You can't be up on the Shankill with a name like that, trunk face. Okay, are we getting a tink tink then? Yeah, okay. Tink tink, swoosh, and then I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but that's what Kylo does before leaving anywhere. It's a
Just gonna thank him and be like, oh, thank you so much. I will definitely be back when I need formal wear. I am extremely interested in that, but I have no real use of it at this present time.
do we have a prom?
Right as
Like
you.
a-
Is there a
formal?
prom?
Like we have like a sorority formal.
Maybe you guys haven't seen your school schedule yet.
We
He
have a
kind of
social
stops.
calendar.
He stops you and he goes, "One moment," and he goes into the back room again and he comes out with two dark, very fine satin dresses with a number of different white and purple stones across them. And he hands one to each of you, Geraldine and Lilith. And he goes, "A design that I have been working on. Prototypes that didn't go quite as planned, but they should do for evening wear." And he just gives you each like a very fine kind of simple night sky looking evening dress. And that's it, just for free.
We made him fucking
Okay.
uncomfortable, Eli, and now he's giving the girls shit.
Uh,
I'm gonna
Wha-
do my Lilith signature, just like hug and just like kiss.
Very European.
Yes.
when he does that, could I turn to him before we go and go? At some point, could I commission you to create something to certain specifics in relation to evening wear?
As long as you do not require any magical element, then of course.
No, purely aesthetics. To
Bow
certain,
tie.
to certain design specifications.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
More than happy to do so.
Thank you, friend.
Farewell. Now, you have been to a blacksmith and you've been to a clothing store. Is there anywhere else that you guys would like to go?
I want to get a magic tattoo.
Okay.
I want to fleece a bank for 4,000 gold so I can get that fucking hunter's coat.
I mean, is there anyone like that looks?
Fuck the quest. We're robbing a bank.
Heist!
I'm not saying we rob someone. I'm not. But could we challenge someone to a duel
I could
for
just
money
persuade someone.
for
For money.
4,000 gold?
The easiest
What
way
kind of
to
Yeah, have
tier
you
3
s-
sub
have you
is this?
Yeah.
I would like to say the easiest way to make money currently.
Is ask
It is
Geraldine.
It is well known that Zwan's Gauntlet, the location where Kronk currently is, has a very active betting scene.
Bet on Kronk.
I-
Bet on Kronk.
I'll bet against. No.
Bet against Kronk and we'll have him throw the
Bet,
fight.
bet against Kronk and have him throw the fight. Is what Cass would say, but Kyler would. Not you.
There is a
But Tyler
number.
would be like, with love, we can't lose.
Anime arc. As if you'd lose to a guy like that. Get
Power
up!
of friendship!
And that power of
Even my
friend,
final form!
that power of friendship is all of you just throwing spells at the other guy without him trying to.
Fire of friendship. Inflict
Yeah.
wounds.
Like pull his hair.
Generally, I'm going to say the person who would probably know this would be Drazian, having grown up in like a place like Azure City. Newcomer odds in like a fighting arena are usually like 1 to 12,
Mm-hmm.
meaning, you know, you guys between you, like the group all together has like just under 4k gold now. Put that all on Kronk. Yeah, you'll be leaving there with about 35k if Kronk wins if you put all of your gold on Kronk.
We're gonna have to tell Chris though, aren't we? To like come do a fight.
Not right. It won't be right now. Like
I really
Yeah.
want that
We-
hunter's coat. I want it so
we-
bad.
we can do that for next week. Because Chris isn't here this week. We can next week is just Chris in a fucking wrestling match.
You
Dude,
gotta
he would
get
love
Chris to study up on his combat, like
Yeah.
min-max the shit out of everything, so we can make bank. Is there a potion store?
There is indeed.
Potion seller. I require your strongest potions.
But traveler, my potions are too strong for you.
Is it called She again, Muxlow?
It is not called shoe.
What's it called this time?
Because it was an anagram of boots the last time, so it was called Shoe, and I made the best joke I've ever made in an entire D&D campaign.
Go on.
You obviously know the why are you buying clothes at the soup store? I mean, I went into the why are you buying potions at the shoe store?
Fucking Eli.
You were that proud of it, you've remembered it this long.
I was so proud of it.
That was fucking great, guys. I was gonna lock that one right in the front of me. Yeah, potions. Do we need potions? We don't have any healers, like really.
There is a potion store called Dapper Secrets.
Dapper Secrets in partnership with Lloyd's Farms. Sorry. The drugstore? I don't know what the American drugstores are called.
The Apothecary.
Jose's Feel Better Pills or something. I don't know.
CVS.
CVS?
CVS? A pharmacy?
I thought CVS was a bookstore.
Good night.
No, that's Barnes and
No.
Noble.
That's Barnes and Noble. What's Dave and Buster's?
An arcade.
Literally an arcade.
Dragons have invaded Dave & Buster's.
What?
I'm just saying, like everything.
So we're Barnes and
everything-
Nobles and a David Buster's.
Oh my god.
Barnes and Busters.
Oh god.
You get 50 Shades of Grey for 400 tickets.
Jesus Christ.
Barnes and Busters. Could be David Nobles.
David
Oh my
Nobles.
god.
Buster Nobles.
Dave & Nobles just sounds like a really bad, like, hometown buffet.
Sounds
No,
like a porn name.
it sounds like to me like a sitcom based on like a working class guy going to live with a family of Swedish aristocrats and the
So,
clash
like
of
Fresh
culture.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with like the Swedish royal family and alright, my name's Dave.
Period drama, but Fresh Prince
Oh,
of Bel-Air.
it's like, oh, Dave, you're using a soup for your dessert. A spoon's a spoon, innit? It's just a small bowl for eating out big bowl.
It's a Nickelodeon like sitcom where it's just some dude gets like some surfer dude gets like teleported back into medieval times, and he's like, he's an ancient wizard. He's our king now, and so Dave and Nobles.
That's good.
I am also. I know this has been a very weird session.
I've kind of loved it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you guys where you want to go next session. It is midnight. Yeah, for us. My daughter has school in the morning. Eli has work.
I'm not working tomorrow.
Okay, well, unfortunately, my daughter does have school in the morning, so I need to get to bed relatively soon.
Should we just pick up at Chris's fight and we'll do some illegal gambling? Well, legal gambling actually, isn't it?
Well, we can leave it here, and then we can come back in next time with you guys going wherever you need to go, and then going to Chris's fight if that's what you want to do.
Sweet.
All good.
Sounds good.
Pardon me. So yeah, sorry for a rather abrupt ending, and I know it was a bit of a weird session. Like I said, Chris
This was
isn't
great.
here. Chris isn't here, so I didn't want to get too much into it. But you guys got some stuff. I have now also realized that I've essentially just given Lilith and Geraldine the the kind of like, oh, we're going undercover at a royal ball outfits,
Amazing.
which is going to be very fun to see how that turns out. But yes, so apologies
That's how
for
we'll
the
turn up to the wrestling match.
you'll be the distraction for the other
The
guy.
distractions are. Yeah.
Is there a distraction thing? What if you wanted to roll for distraction? What would you?
Performance, or you
Yeah.
could just pull out your tits.
Okay.
You
I
know,
just
That's
wondered.
the one.
I mean, they're like in Vox Machina, like in Critical Role, the first campaign. That's literally what one of the characters does. Is like, can I inspire him? How? You can do it.
I'll send you nudes if you clutch this fight. Bet like this.
Bet.
Chris just goes, "What can I do to win?"
Incredible.
Thank you for DMing, Mux. We really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's great.
Sorry that I do have to cut it so abruptly, but much love to everybody. Thank you guys all for coming and watching the stream. Next week, Chris will be back, and I guess over the week, Chris is going to have to learn how to properly play a monk because he's going to be fighting next week, and y'all are going to be gambling a whole lot of money on it.
Or he throws it.
Or he throws.
Can't wait.
The
We get
question
less
is,
money that way. We get less money that way.
Perfect.
question is, can you convince Chris? to throw
No,
it?
he won't. He would never throw it.
No, definitely not.
He won't.
So we'll find that out next time. But yes, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I hope everybody has a very good day. Happy Mother's Day to those of you in America. If you have a good relationship with your mother, if you don't, I'm very sorry. I'm your dad now. These two lovely ladies here are your mum now. That's just how it works.
What are we?
Wait, tell Darcy we say Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
It's not
Mother's Day
Mother's Day.
to all the MILFs.
To the mills!
Move.
It's not Mother's Day for us here in Ireland, but I will tell her you said it nonetheless.
Well,
we
fine, Happy
have
Milf's Day, whatever.
Happy MILF's Day. And I'm pretty sure she's in chat, so unless she's downstairs sleeping right now, then she'll have heard you. So,
Okay, fair enough.
but yes, much love. I don't know. I'm going to keep talking until Eli basically turns off the stream or tells me that the stream is gone. So,
Do we have a rate target? The welcome ends
Yeah,
live.
the welcome end, so I'll raid out to them.
yeah. So
Lovely.
they're playing Pathfinder Adventures.
Sweet.
Pathfinder.
I hardly know her. Sweet.
Hate you guys.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Much love, stream. Bye bye. We'll see you next. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday for Table Talk Tuesday.
I'll try and be there.
And then we'll argue more about car brand names.
Yes.
Thank
so
God.
whoever is available on Table Talk for Tuesday, that'd be great if any and all